If there's one thing I can say to the younger people, stay the f*** away from Kensington.
So, here we go.
Well, hi. I go by Stacy out here. I am addicted to, I've done just about every drug there is to do besides opium, but currently I'm addicted to fentanyl and tranquilizer, and I speedball, so I mix it with what they call powder out here, which is, it's supposed to be cocaine, but a lot of the times it winds up being bath salts and cocaine. Of course, I smoke weed and cigarettes. To feed my addiction, I prostitute. I walk Kensington Avenue.
How old are you?
24.
24 years old. And how long have you been out here?
I first got here almost 6 years ago.
So when you were about 18 years old, you got to Philadelphia?
Yeah, I think 19, because I'm almost 25. I turn 25 next month.
So we've been out here for, a little while today, and we've seen a lot of crazy stuff. And so, like, does it scare you at all to be out here doing what you're doing?
Honestly, at first, maybe, but I'm so numb to things now. Like, last night I watched somebody get beat by a stick. Like somebody chased somebody and beat him with a stick. Somebody else got maced. My friend, I was sitting with her while she was coming back from an overdose, and all this shit was going on at once, and it didn't really faze me.
You just kind of accepted it, like, this is my normal life now. This is a normal night. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you see stuff like that every night.
Oh yeah.
Where are you sleeping?
Right over here, actually. I have a friend's house that I've been staying at.
So you're staying inside of a house?
For now, yeah. The last place that I was staying in, he threw all of my belongings into the street over here, so that when, as soon as it hit the ground, everybody was just taking my stuff. So I see people wearing my clothing all the time, and, using my purses and my shoes, and yeah.
How did you figure out at 18 coming to Philadelphia that you could prostitute and make money doing that?
Well, I had gone to Bristol originally when I first came out here. I was being evicted. I'm from Vermont. I was being evicted from my apartment in Vermont, and the next day I had a court date. So, and my next door neighbor, he was also being evicted, so he told me to just come with him to Bristol, PA. And I was an addict then as well, but the prostitution thing had not started yet. So, and this is a 67-year-old man. He was part of the Hells Angels way back in the day out here. So he didn't want me to go to Philly by myself, per se. So he brought me to Trenton to cop, what I needed to stay well. And one night he got physical with me, and I got on the train to Trenton and stayed there, and I missed the train back home that night. And I met somebody, and he asked me, do you know how much money you could make in Philly? So the next morning we hopped on the Amtrak and hid in the bathroom so that the ticket people couldn't see us. And we rode it to Philly.
So how do you go from there, landing in Philly, to saying, I'm going to walk Kensington Ave, arguably one of the most dangerous streets in America?
That was the idea.
That was the plan the whole time?
That was the plan.
So can you walk us through the very first time you walked out here and what that date looked like?
My very first date was an Asian man, and I still sometimes see him to this day. yeah, he doesn't like to pay me what I ask for nowadays. I used to ask for less, but he had this big box van back then, and of course he took advantage of me being out here for the first time, and he wanted to go for hours and hours and hours, and I thought that I was supposed to do that. I guess not. Like, I slowly learned my way. Yeah.
Was that scary the first time?
With him, yeah, a little bit.
What do you do? Pull up in a car?
In a box van, yeah.
In the box van, right? And what did he want?
Well, he wanted, of course, regular sex, and he wanted. The most disturbing thing to me is when a man wants me to lick their asshole. I don't. I don't do it.
And that's the very first time. Did he want that?
Yeah.
Very first time you got into someone's vehicle, you got into a box van, and this guy wanted you to lick his asshole.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
Yeah.
So, how much money did you make on that very first date?
$40.
And that was for regular sex?
Mm-hmm.
Did you protect yourself?
Of course.
Of course. You still do that? That's a very regular thing for you?
Of course.
So when you got that $40, was that your $40, or did the person who, told you to come down here and helped plan it and all that stuff, did they expect some too?
So I gave that guy $5 2 or 3 times out of the money that I made, and then eventually I got a hand of what he was trying to do to me, and I just left him.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So, typical day, you wake up, you're probably sick, right? Dope sick, you gotta go get your first one. And so, what does a typical day look like? Do you have some left over from the night before? Do you have money when you wake up, or do you have to do a date to get money right away?
It depends on how much I had the night before.
Gotcha. How many dates do you think you have to do in a day?
I'd rather not answer that question.
Okay. Is that the only thing that you do to make money, or are there other hustles that you have?
Oh yeah, there's definitely other hustles.
Can you give us some examples?
Well, it's not on the street, but I used to work at a Chinese massage parlor. It was a complete and total brothel. But besides sex work, or pictures, I'd send pictures and get money for them. I can be a middleman for somebody, somebody wants something, and, I just up the price a little bit. But most of my money-making things come from either sex or drugs.
Okay. How much money do you think you spend on a day on drugs?
A lot.
100, 500?
Yeah, around 500.
500, and then that's all on heroin?
No, and cocaine. I speedball.
Powder or crack?
Yeah, powder.
Powder cocaine. You shooting that too, or you snorting?
Yeah, I shoot it.
Shooting it. You're 24 years old. Are you scared at all out here?
No, not really.
Just used to it? Were you scared at first?
Sort of, I guess.
Are you high right now?
Not really. I just woke up and did one bag. It's the trank. Mm-hmm. I'm not high whatsoever from the fentanyl. The tranquilizer, you don't have any control over it. You don't feel it. You don't know when it's gonna happen. Just all of a sudden, boom! You're just slumped, like you're out. Mm-hmm. And I hate it.
Yeah.
And the withdrawal from it, I didn't know that there would be a withdrawal from it. It all started off as a fucking a trick. For, this stamp called Uber, their dope sucked, so they put tranquilizer in it. And they thought, now people are going to think that they're getting really high. But no, when you do like a 4 or 5 bag shot and you pass the fuck out, and you wake up 2-3 hours later and you're still sick, you know, there's something wrong there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, we're seeing crazy stuff and we're hearing wild stories today that I believe need to be told. What's the wildest or craziest, scariest thing that you've seen on the streets? Not necessarily that's happened to you, but just overall craziest thing.
I mean, I'd have to say this guy raped me on the side of the road.
Somebody raped you on the side of the road?
Down by the quick stop, like not the next property over, but the one next to that. There's this empty lot, and right now it's fenced off, but it used to not be. And there was this little half concrete structure, and this is why I don't take walk-up dates anymore. Because he had grabbed me from the bottom of Clearfield. I was doing a shot, and you know, he kept trying to hurry me. So finally I finished, and he, you know, brought me down there. And once he started to tell me to come back behind the concrete structure, that's when I was like, no. And he grabbed me by my purse and my arm, and I fought as much as I could, but you know, he was a bit bigger than me, so.
Is that the only time that's ever happened?
Yeah, I guess like that.
Yeah, it's the only time?
It took me a second to think about it.
It's okay.
I mean, I've had to jump out of moving cars and stuff, you know, going like 55 miles per hour because the guy would not stop.
Yeah. So, what, you okay?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say something.
Okay. What are some things that you've had to do to feed your addiction that you regret?
I have no regrets.
Are you happy at all? Do you find happiness ever?
Happiness? No. But there's some... I don't know.
No? You don't know?
No.
Okay. Do you want to get sober?
No.
You don't want to?
Mm-mm.
You like getting high? Even though these bad things happen to you, you'd rather continue doing this? Are you afraid of dying?
Of course, everybody is.
Do you think that you're going to die if you keep doing this?
It's a possibility.
But you're not afraid of it? If it happens, it happens.
No, I am afraid. I know.
There's literally a man standing outside right now waiting for you.
Yeah, I know.
And you at 24, you want to stay in this life and continue to risk rape and overdose and gunshots. Like you have no intention of getting sober. And that's okay. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. Just no intention. Do you miss anything from
my mom
before 18 years old when this started? Your mom, your family?
Oh, my mom used to use in front of me.
Oh, she used to get high.
Yeah, she still does. She relapsed the last time. This is the second time I was out here because, like, I left and turned myself in and then came back. But She relapsed the last time I was out here.
Do you always keep that knife on you for protection?
A knife, yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you a question? I noticed some scars on your arms and legs. Mm-hmm. Did you go through a period of
self-mutilation?
Self-mutilation, or do you still do that? Was that a different part of your life?
I kind of traded the razor blade up for the needle.
So you stopped that and started using heroin.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you self-mutilated?
Oh, years ago.
Before heroin addiction?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I didn't just start using needles like at 14. I was using pills and stuff, and I didn't use needles until I was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is family, would you say family is the most important thing that you've lost because of your addiction?
I never really had family.
When's the last time you talked to your mom?
Mother's Day.
Is she out here too?
No.
Where's she at?
Vermont.
She uses heroin?
Fentanyl, but yeah. But she's also on the methadone clinic. She's been on the methadone clinic for years. Like 16 years.
What are some of the other things that some of these guys ask for? Is there a typical kind of guy that tries to pick you up? Do you see young
black men?
Black men mostly.
And the thing is, either black men or older white guys, or I don't know. Actually, I get a good mixture, but a lot of black men because they like white girls. But I honestly try to avoid black men because it's at least younger black men, because that's where all the problems come from. Like, either they try to rob me or they hurt me. I had one slice my fingertip off. It's yeah. I had a group of them leave me all the way up in the town past Harrisburg. That was actually two white guys. The group of black guys left me in King of Prussia. I've been left all over the place and had to find my way back. So
you prefer older guys because you say young guys are just violent and reckless and
right,
dangerous for a lot of different ways.
And they don't care. Yeah.
So what are some of the more strange things that people have asked for besides licking their buttholes?
To jack their penis off with my feet. I don't know, there's a lot of weird stuff. This one guy, he's tried to pick me up a couple times, and he's made me go around the side to his driver's side mirror, and he goes over these rules that I have to obey if I'm going to go with him. And he's like, all I can say is yes sir, no sir, thank you sir, and I'm sorry sir. And then he starts going on like, you will suck my dick, you will lick my balls, you will lick my ass. And as soon as he said that, I'm like, nope, I'm not into butt stuff. I will not lick your ass. Nope.
Is that the only thing you won't do?
Anything really involving your ass or bodily fluids, I'm good.
So we always like to end with a magic wand type of scenario. If you could wave a magic wand and change your life, would you? And if you would, what would your life look like after waving that wand?
I would give everybody in my family what they most dream of.
Nothing for yourself, though?
Aren't I part of my own family?
Sure. So what do you most dream of?
I'll have to think about that one.
You don't think about it? Just going day by day, moment by moment?
Yeah.
Okay. Try to be safe out there, please.
If there's one thing I can say to the younger people,
Please, yeah.
stay the fuck away from Kensington. It's like, seriously. It looks all cool and stuff, but no. It's not. You're gonna die here. I'm gonna die here, most likely. Stay in school.
Thank you.